Once he's on PC.
Okay. Should be good now. Alright, we are back. It is officially AM3 time here in Contest of Speed. We are at the opening round of Season 12. What formerly was known as the Österreich Ring and the A1 Ring. This is the Red Bull Ring in Austria. I am your commentator for this season. This is Deathstorm. Alongside me, per usual, is Mr. E. Warren.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Tonight we had 19 scheduled. Actually, I correct myself. We had 19 full drivers scheduled, with one reserve. However, there's been a couple of hiccups with connectivity and whatnot. So we have 16 current full-timers here with 3 reserves, which is still a great number. 19 for round 1. Love to see it. Couple little notes for those on the AM side. Weather is dynamic, so what you see right now may not be what you see in the race. We don't know until we see it. Makes things a little interesting. Quite frankly, I'm okay with the change. Always had been, always will be. No ghosting is on in AM3 as well as universally in COS. A little bit different than what everybody's used to. The AM3 side did have ghosting on last season. That has now changed. Am I missing anything, sir?
No. I think you kind of nailed it on the head there.
Oh, wait. I do know what I'm missing. Spielberg, Austria. The Red Bull Ring. 10 turns with a length of 3.18 kilometers. Has a lap record of 105.619 held by Mr. Carlos Sainz. And it was not in the Ferrari. It was in the McLaren MCL 35 in 2020 at the peak of the COVID era of Formula 1. EU4 tonight, or this afternoon I should say, his polls time was a 104.032, by the way. You heard that right, a 104.0. I have no idea how these guys are gonna get close to it, but I guess that remains to be seen. Yes, Ben, we are doing. I'm doing perfectly good in the booth. I don't know about Mr. E. Warren.
My best life, Ben. I hope you know that. I'm living my best life. Okay.
You're gonna laugh at this, Warren, because if you remember in season 9, you had to dodge a tornado. Currently, where I live, is a tornado watch, and there was a tornado that touched down about 10 miles from where I live.
Yeah, you're already home though. You didn't have to drive through it.
I am already home. But reminiscent of baseball fields and Imola and cornfields and 108.2 is already the benchmark set, which has already been topped by Red Arrow with a 105.1. And for those familiar with, JC with a 105.1 as well, but 1/100th of a second faster. Sean Boy sitting P3, Gustavo P4, Kane P5. Starting out, Easy 10 P6, Allegra Entree right now rounding out the field of runners. For those who know, BK is the defending AM3 Series champion, so we'll ride on board with him as he goes up turn 1 here. Hits the first, well, I should say second DRS straight. Going up the kink of turn 2, which is technically a turn. Very hard traction zone of turn 3. Hitting second gear, mounting the curb. Very difficult traction zone for the third DRS straight. Going down the hill to the downhill lefty. Or right-handed turn. I said left, don't know why. Going down in the second gear there, hitting a little bit of the exit curb, see what his Sector 2 split is going to be as his benchmark. Ah, I got covered by the message. Oh, good grief. So I don't know what his Sector 2 time is, so we'll see what it is when he gets to the line for BK's time. As long as he keeps it on the track through turn 10. Very difficult to get right. 104.8 puts him on provisional pole by 0.3 of a second. Nice lap by the defending champion. Speaking of defending champions, again, for those who are very familiar with certain things that I've done in AM3 in the past, I'm bringing back a very, very, I would say, some liked it, some hated it system. Deathstorm's power rankings are making a return this season, so every week I'm going to go through the top 10 on my ranking board, and this week we are going to start with the gentleman who won 2 of the 3 preseason races. Yes, I have Sean Boy at number 1 in the Deathstorm preseason rankings. Followed behind is his teammate BK. 3rd is Red Arrow in the Aston Martin. 4th is Sod. He is a rookie in the Williams this season. I have him ranked 4th after the preseason. Giza in the Haas is also a rookie. I have him ranked 5th. Great Ape, those who remember Great Ape a little bit from Season 9, I have him P6 in the Alpine, JC in the Aston Martin P7. Eric, who is new, I have not seen him tonight. I wonder if he was, I think he might have been a casualty in the
yeah, he was.
Connectivity issues. He is taking the what was the empty seat at McLaren. I have him ranked P8. I have Mitch, who is not here tonight. The only, what would have been the only full-time driver not here in the Mercedes in P9. And rounding out the top 10 is the Tire God King himself, Gru. For team standings, I have Red Bull followed by Aston Martin, followed by Williams, Mercedes, and Haas in my top 5. So those who pay attention to it or like it or dislike it, follow it very closely. Those will be updated every single week via AM3 chat and on the stream. So with that being said, we could get to qualifying here for round 1 and completely focus on it. Schulze, you're in AM1.
Is he still whining about being in AM1?
Stop it!
In like what, 4th fastest?
7th fastest, actually.
Close enough.
Yeah, so very hard to see who is out on a lap here. Looks like one of the McLaren. Yeah, McLaren was on a lap. Gord, actually. 106.0 puts him 400ths ahead of his teammate for the evening, Black Hammer, in P7. See what the reserve of Rillo has for us tonight.
I'm still
Through,
sorry.
You're good. Through Sector 1, he's got to negotiate a slow car up going into the hairpin. Let's see if he gives him room. He does. Going down the hill toward turn 4. Very easy to lock up on this corner here. The downhill right-handed, I guess you could call it a hairpin. He's actually in 1st gear through that corner. That's very, very weird. I actually take that corner in 3rd.
Do you remember the turn formation lap on?
BK, I believe he did, yes.
Perfect. Just making sure so we don't have to restart.
Yeah. He was asking about it earlier, so.
I have assumed my role as second commentator, so I'm making sure we're not going with any hitches today.
Yes, I am not by myself for once. As 108.9 puts him at the rear of the field, P16 currently. A little bit of ways, but again, it's early, halfway through the session. I mean, track evolution is going to be a thing. So I don't want to put too much stock into that one as of yet. As of right now, though, with 8 minutes and change to go, BK still on pole by 3/10 of his teammate, Seanboy. JC and Red Arrow right there, P3, P4. Kind of confirming my Red Bull versus Aston Martin fight that I have going on right now.
Well,
Easy.
BK's off the track. Jeez.
Oh, jeez. That's weird. That's a weird mistake by BK. Unless he was letting a car through, which is very possible. I'm assuming he's letting guys through because that, I believe, was his lap.
Yeah, he was sliding off the track. It didn't look really holding him off, or like waiting for somebody. He kind of slid all the way towards the wall.
I will say this though, in P5, Easy 10 is a little bit of a surprise at the moment. Personally, I thought it would be Sod in that position, but the 121 kind of dictates. Never mind. Never mind. As soon as I said it, he sets a 104.7.
Commentator's blessing. It's new this year. We're all new this year. Commentator's blessing.
There's your new pole sitter. 104.7. A 10th clear of BK. So that is one stonking lap by the Williams, who right now is my favorite for Rookie of the Year. Speaking of Rookie of the Year, defending Rookie of the Year is in the pits while his teammate JC is out on track. He is on an out lap. He is looking to improve that 105.5 or 105.15 rather. And we'll see what he does here as Great What?
Ooh,
Great Ape
wrapping up fast.
Oh, yes it is. Great Ape with a 104.6. I'm highlighting the wrong guys here tonight so far, so
They heard your rankings and said, "Screw the rankings. We're gonna blow a wide open race one."
I mean, I know Great Ape has the qualifying pace. He hasn't had the exact greatest luck race pace, so maybe he'll turn it on his head. And I have a cat sitting on my notebook.
That's why you just get a computer. It's that much simpler.
That would be a warm thing for the cat to sat on. Good job, Deathstorm. As JC invalidated.
Which is hard.
Yeah, apparently. JC invalidated that lap, however, so that's going to be his current lap over. Ben, I finished 8th last night. I got caught up in a turn 1 kerfluffle, lost my front wing, and I nearly died. But at least it was points. Ricardo, look at the chat, Ricardo.
Oh, Lord.
You gotta see it. It's hilarious. I'd say not, Ricky. I'd say not. He isn't.
I can't see chat.
Okay, Great Ape isn't monkeying around. That's a good one, Ricky. I like it. Well, I mean, ape, monkey, I get it. It actually makes sense. Like the French comment from 2 weeks ago.
My brain's not working right now, okay? Leave me alone.
Yeah, you should have been here last week if you saw the calamity that was the Abu Dhabi part. That little hotel section incident was plastered all over the Discord chat. One of the very few times you'll ever see me speechless, and that was just absolutely crazy. So, with that being said, we have a top 3 separated by 2/10 as we are approaching under 5 minutes here in qualifying, with Seanboy a distant 3/10 away. Let's actually see what he's got. Through Sector 1, it's not pretty. He's actually up on his time. Let's see what he's going to have through Sector 2 here. We'll stay with the Red Bull. Same team, same teammate, different car. As he goes purple, actually a 10th faster from his previous best. I believe that is a personal purple, not a overall purple. We'll see what he has through 9 and 10. Keeping on the outside as Electric Entree retires. And Sean Boy goes 104.9. So he cracks into the 104s, but still P4. Doesn't improve on track position. Does improve on time. Red Arrow is 4/10 behind his time. 8/10 now after Sector 2, so that's going to be his lap over there, no question. Black Hammer invalidated. He's going to the pits. Gord's 8 seconds over, so there's that. ASAP Loggy through Sector 2 is a little bit behind. Let's see if he can improve on the last couple corners here. Doesn't look likely after turn 9. He took a little too much curb there. And yeah, he barely doesn't. He almost sets an identical time, so it doesn't improve. Gru is slightly over, or slightly under his time through Sector 2. He is approaching turns 9 and 10 now. See what he has going to the line. Oh, he fishtails it out of there, the back, turn 10. He's going to lose everything he had potential there, so he's still in P12. Gord, still P9. Let's see what he's going to do. I don't know if he has anything to go there. As Saad 104.4, Witche retiring right before turn 4. That's a very weird spot to retire. Gord's 2/10 up on his Sector 1 time, so that's going to be negated there. Easy 10 is slightly over, but he's got a little bit of a slipstream potential in front of him. Nope, as the other driver peels off. Oh my gosh. Runs that wide. That one was pretty nasty. With this pit entrance though, hot laps can possibly be compromised if you catch guys at the wrong time. What are you looking at right now?
Not really much on the track, to be honest, but some of the guys up front are kind of surprising. You take away the 2 Red Bulls and the 2 Aston Martins that have been up there at the front, and you've got some faces that I have not seen before. I know that they've got some pace, but the Williams look like they could fight for something here. You know, they've got quite a bit of pace. We'll have to see how it translates towards the race.
Yeah, Saad last week went from dead last, and I mean dead last, and he finished second last week. So he's definitely got some pace.
He's spinning out of turn 1 on his lap.
Oh, JC puts it P2. A 1,000th ahead of Great Ape. And you just said Saad was spinning at a turn 2, or I should say turn 1. He definitely had his best impersonation of Lando Norris losing his talent there.
Talent. Anything hurting?
Talent. Before that, though, JC puts it P2 by 1,000th of a second. Great Ape sitting in P3. He invalidated his current lap, but he has a full tank of ERS. He's going to need to go, as wow, he negotiated through that minefield of lap traffic. Or I shouldn't say lap traffic, but slow traffic. Great Ape should make it to the line? I don't know how much time is left.
I don't know. They need to figure that out, because just seeing caution the entire time is not winning.
16 seconds. He's going to make it to the line. Alright, so Great Ape is going to make it to the line here.
BK can make it to the line. He's pushing it, and he might not make it. I don't think he's going to make it.
He's not going to make it. He's 8 seconds away. He's going to be looking at a P4 best. Yeah, he just dives it right into the pit.
I freaked him out.
Wow, what is going on there?
Great Ape's up on his time. He's up half a tenth.
There we go. We'll go on board here with the Alpine. We'll go on board with the Alpine here, as he's got a little lap traffic of, it looks like a Williams and an Alfa Romeo ahead of him. And I don't know why I keep on saying lap traffic, but oh my god! See what he's got. That might have, yeah, that compromised anything he may have had. Let's see if he has a good turns 9 and 10 to.
He's lost that entire time and copied it back the other way.
Oh, whoa! As we saw a car in the distance there. Whoa! P2. He gained it all back and then some.
Gord jumps up to 8th.
Gord 8th, Black Hammer 9. I believe that is gonna be qualifying. I mean, we have a... Yeah, Kane spun it out of the last corner there. That was the Alpine that was into the wall. So with that, I believe it is qualifying. We have Sod on pole. Bit of a surprise pole from the power ranking aspect of things, but I know he's got pace. Grade 8 P2, JC P3, BK P4, Seanboy P5, Red Arrow P6, EZ P7, Gord 8th, Black Hammer 9th, Loggy 10th, Gustavo 11, Gru 12, Witche 13, and we'll go through the rest of the field before the break here. As always, like usual, safety cars, podiums, predictions, over-unders in the chat. A little bit of an interesting fact. ASAP Loggy set that 10th fastest time on medium compound tires, by the way.
Interesting.
It's
been a while since I've seen somebody qualify on something that isn't softs.
Exactly. I believe I left off at Gru. So Gru was 12, Witche 13, Denny 14, Kane 15, Swifty 16th, Electric Entree 17th, Rillo 18th, and Red Mask did not set a time. He will be starting at the back end of the field. As defending champion, I have permanently basically seceded the fact that I am not going to be able to do podium predictions first. So, if you want to redeem yourself, the floor is yours for opening for podium predictions, sir.
Love me some podium predictions. We'll say I do think BK's consistency will bring him out on top to start off the season. So I'm going to say BK 1. Then Dodd 2. And I'm actually going to say JC 3. I'm going to go with that.
I'm going to go completely the opposite direction of you.
You say that every time and then pull up 2 of the 3 same drivers.
No, actually, I'm going a completely the opposite direction. I'm going Seanboy 1. I'm going Red Arrow 2. And I'm going Sod 3.
So, different drivers, same teams. Oh my god, we have a formation lap.
Different drivers, same teams, but I'm going for... Yeah, it's just a different driver. No disrespect to BK, but... Sod, JC is quick. The problem I have with JC is consistency. That's kind of why I have him where I had him in the preseason.
I love how he both just shunned Grade Ape out of the top 3, even though he put himself in P2.
Yeah, the only reason I did that is because of the calamity that might ensue. In the EU4 race this afternoon, the calamity kind of happened right off the bat, and it was right in the front. So, unfortunately for Grade Ape and past experiences, I think he's going to be the collateral damage. No disrespect to him and his ability, because he's obviously quick enough to be up toward the front. But I think tonight's going to take a lucky rabbit's foot of sorts for guys to navigate through the traffic.
Made noobsy and forgot to screenshot the qualifying.
Oh crap! Take a picture of that right now, actually, please.
I can't. Where am I supposed to do that from?
Your cell phone?
Just the finishing. I'm a dummy.
You can do you can do your cell phone?
Yeah, I just forgot about the times and stuff like that. My brain kind of backfired on itself.
So, yes, Mr. Perfodes, we got you. We remembered last minute, but we remembered.
Yeah, right on it. But yeah, we got it.
Okay, so we're gonna do this first. Everyone's on the medium compound tire with the exception of four guys. 5 red lights, and away we go! From Sod's POV from the back, Sod got a great jump off the line. Great Ape got a decent one, but Sod got a great jump behind there. Wow, you have an Aston Martin going completely wide. That was JC right there, completely, as we have a virtual safety car right out of the gate. JC's going to go all the way to the back. We also have... Yeah, ASAP Loggy was involved in that turn one. He has no front wing, unfortunately. So, the tire graphics on the screen, everybody was on the mediums with the exception of Red Arrow in 3rd on the hards, Black Hammer in 8th on the hards, Red Mask in 11th on the hards, and Rillo on the softs. Everybody else looks like they're going to be doing a medium to hard strategy tonight.
Let the chaos ensue.
Yes, let the chaos ensue is correct. To those that are in the stream, which is 28 of you, welcome to the opening round of AM3. Otherwise known as the Bedlam series. BK only. Oh, Shane's already throwing shade at BK. As we go green, as well, of course, Sod is gonna be the first one to cross the line with the fastest lap. Grade A P2, Red Arrow is there P3, BK sitting in P4. Gord looks like he was the biggest winner out of that first lap because he went up to P5, so he's sitting in P5 in that McLaren right now. The timing screens are all sorts of jazzed up on my end where it says 4/10 and then a minute 12 back to Gord, even though he's literally right there.
Oh my. Oh jeez. I don't know if they need to get around for the lap because usually the different splits work.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Somehow Gord is, you can tell the gap, but it somehow says Gord is a minute and 8 seconds in front of BK.
That's what I'm saying, like, that just makes absolutely no sense. It should regulate by the time we get to the end of lap 2 here, so... Well, we have a caution sector 3, it's Denny, unfortunately. Last week he was sporting the Deathstorm setup as BK sets the fastest lap currently, 107.7. This week I don't know if he's sporting the same Deathstorm style setup.
I wouldn't.
Believe it or not, my setup isn't as high as you think. It's Austria. It can't be. Easy 10. Williams, Gord, Sean Boy is back in P7. Gustavo P8. He's got Black Hammer for company. Black Hammer is going for a dive into turn 4. He's pushing. They made contact. Gustavo off a little bit. Black Hammer getting the elbows out, getting the position of P8, forcing Gustavo to go behind him there. Very interesting. The McLaren's right now 7 and 8, but we have the Williams right now at a 1-5. Blowing my preseason predictions wide open. We have, I believe it's an Aston Martin. That's JC. By the end of Sector 2, already throwing your your podium in check there.
Yeah.
But it's lap 4 of 36. It is lap 4 of 36. This is one of the longer races via lap times.
Are kind of pulling. Yep, like I said, these trains are going to start creating some fights.
Yeah, right now it's the first 4, and then it looks like the next 3, potentially next 3. Gord's there. It's just that he's attached himself to it. First 4, next 3 after that. JC is on absolutely spicy tires at this moment in time. He just can't get it all sorted out at all. As ASAP Loggy just goes past him. That's for P17. He's going to need a safety car to get back into this race, because if he goes a lap down early, he's going to be in trouble. Both Alfa Romeos are already in danger of the same thing, and we have a VSC, which kind of resets the track a little bit. Sector 2, it was Kane out of the end of Sector 2, beginning of Sector 3 there. And it looked like he caught Rillo, too. Yeah, Rillo was also off the track at that point, it looked like. So that brings those three in the back have a little bit of a reprieve here. Black Hammer has no front wing. Woodjay is coming into the pits as well. He has a piece of his wing missing, so those two are going to be pitting. Electric Entree, one of the rookies, he's slowly, like, he's there in P12. I mean, he doesn't make mistakes too often from what I've seen in preseason. So maybe a safety car with penalties coming into play might have him merging for points. As DRS is now enabled and we are back under green. Again, as I said, the front four are kind of in a DRS train. EZ is now kind of by himself with Shamboy in P6. He's got Gord for company as Gustavo and Redmask are now fighting for P9, P10. Looked like Swifty was off in the background there, and it was. So that's P11 for Swifty at the moment, but he got completely sideways, completely offline, and found himself into the gravel trap. But Red Mask is looking for the overtake into turn 1 on Gustavo. Gustavo goes defensive. Red Mask along the outside. He's going to have DRS for the next corner. Denny's already a lap down because he just came out of the pits. This is going to be very, very insane. Red Mask going in for it. Oh, overcooks it a little bit on exit.
Safety car.
And we have a safety car, but...
Lost it down the straight?
Maybe. I don't know.
Rillo's POV to see. Oh no, his car's already gone. I don't know.
Yeah, it was... That's a weird spot for that to happen. I'm wondering... JC's getting into the pits, so that's gonna... That may save him. We're gonna see what the others do in front of him. No, he's gonna get caught. JC is gonna get caught and put a lap down by the leaders.
Well, there goes mine. Apparently, what happened here, flipped by Ricky, is Red Mask had tried to make a move, and right as it happened, Dennis was on the edge of the track, and when he made his move over, it collected Denny into the wall.
What lap was that? 6? Witjay also retired too. That's a weird spot for that to happen. Right out of the end of Sector 2 it looked like, but again...
Yeah, lap 6.
Witjay... Witjay lap 7.
Well, I'm not signed into Twitch. Gord, if you have me added, you can.
Electric Entree retire. What is going on? Why is everybody literally like retiring on the like? It appears like it's retiring on the track. Electric Entree is also now DNF'd. Gord, you have to add eWarren9 via PlayStation or EA. I don't know what his EA account is, but it's eWarren9.
It should be the same as my username.
That's it. That's what it is. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Which is hard.
Okay.
What Jay said, Black Hammer was parked in the middle of the track and I couldn't see him as there was smoke. So, I mean, somebody locked up and spun. I assume it was Black Hammer. And because the smoke decides it wants to sit there for a lap and a half.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't see and got collected.
There you go. That explains it. That's the one thing about this game that is very, very weird. The smoke does stay for a little while off of cars locking up. JC said he snapped his throttle. Oh no.
That's brutal.
If that's the case, and I know he's on a wheel, check your friend request, Warren.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I just need to add him back, or get him back in here.
Alright.
I have friends. I have those. Here you go, Gord. Gord, I sent you an invite. Michael, I sent you an email. And
did you check the email?
Michael, I sent you an email.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez, the lag is real.
Gord has left. It says Gord has left. That's weird.
He did say his thing was being weird, so it might just be unfortunate.
It said, yeah, full throttle or no throttle. That is very, very weird for JC there. Very unfortunate for JC too.
Random question mid-race. Why we have a safety car, first safety car gap for the year? This actual safety car. So on my sheet I have stats. I have safety cars, VSC, top instructors, finishers, most stops. Is there anything else that sounds like I should add? Like arbitrary stats that mean nothing towards the races. Black Hammer just got put into a wall.
What is going on?
And we are down to
15. Yeah, 14.
Safety car is in. Stop.
Yeah, safety car is going to be in now, and to answer your question, not off the top of my head.
Gotcha.
If I think of anything else, I will let you know. Oh, Cam's in the chat throwing shade at Shane. 12 seconds in pens, costing Shane the win, by the way. Black Hammer left. Discord's gonna be firing off tonight, as I suspected. As we are now back under green, Sod got a great jump. Red Mask, I don't like this camera angle. It's just too far going into turn 1 like that. Red Arrow is P3, Grade A P2, Sod P1. Gord, you might have to restart your system since you backed out of the lobby. Warren, spam another couple invites just to be on the safe side. Speaking of Gord, his AI is still sitting in P7, by the way, which is one of those. Yeah, just restart your system, Gord, and
just
do that.
A few invites.
Yeah, it's all we can do, unfortunately. I do apologize, as Gustavo and Gru is now all over the back.
An invite.
Why would you send that as Great Ape? Oh, no.
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 Thing where the freaking Horde slides it back up to the top. Well, now I'm watching Valorant, apparently.
Great Ape spun out, unfortunately. That was out of P2. So that promotes Red Arrow in the P2 now. BK P3. So right now we're sitting at a Williams 1.4 and a Red Bull 3.5. Red Arrow is carrying the Aston Martin flag all to himself currently.
Why am I watching
Ooh, BK on the inside. I didn't catch that. BK is all over the side of Red Arrow. Red Arrow's giving him the space going into 4. BK is going to have the inside, but yeah, he's going to have the move. Not done completely, and Red Arrow holds it off on the outside. Great defensive driving by the Aston Martin. BK still in P3, but he's all over the gearbox of Red Arrow. This is going to be bringing Easy 10 and his team and BK's teammate Shonboy into play here. Gord's only a second in the background there as well. So he'll be all over this. Red Mask is slowly but surely climbing his way through the field, finding his way there. But BK's DRS is enabled. BK is going to be all over Red Mask going into turn 3. We'll go back on board here as he's got a little bit of room behind him, but BK is going to be looking to go all over as Red Arrow goes defensive into 3. Gives BK just enough room to think about a dive bomb, but BK is going for a switchback, but they make contact a little bit. Red Arrow gets better traction out of the corner. He's going to hold off for now, but Red Arrow is going defensive again. BK, whoa, pushes himself into the grass. Oh, they bang wheels, make contact. Those hard compound tires of Red Arrow still holding it. BK is going to hold it to the outside. Easy 10s there as well, going onto the inside of Red Arrow. Red Arrow loses 2 positions in 1 corner. Great moves by both drivers there. Easy 10 into the podium. Red Arrow in P4, literally alongside him. Red Arrow's going to hold on to it for now. Oh, they make contact. Wow! Easy 10 spins it.
Right on track. Ghosting's off. Ghosting's off.
Oh my god. He gets off the track. He gets off the track. Very, very, very good spatial and situational awareness by Easy 10 there. Very unfortunate. Those two were just clamoring and banging wheels. That was great racing, though, for the half lap that it was. Wow. Let's regather our bearings here as we have Sod at 1, BK in P2, but he's almost 3 seconds adrift. Red Arrow is inside the DRS range of BK, but Sean Boy's all over the back of him. Sean Boy of all people. Here we go. These Haas/Red Bull drivers are continuing their lucky rabbit's foot ways of last season. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how they do it, but they just stay out of trouble, find themselves in the perfect positions on the track, and that's how they won the titles last year. They just stayed out of trouble and were consistent. Grade 8 with our first time penalty. 14 laps in and we just got our first time penalty. Nothing wrong with that. What are you paying attention to? I see there's a battle for P7 heating up between Gru and Gustavo. Warren, are you there? Oh no.
Dinner run has been achieved. I've been really quiet. Sorry for everybody who's expecting the duo, but I've been
Yeah,
swamped with random stuff that I've been doing.
Something's wrong. Something's absolutely wrong. Give me 1 second, I'm taking a look at something. Okay. Okay.
Let him cook.
Something might have been wrong with the Twitch stream because it was lagging like ever just now, and I'm rebooting Twitch. So I'm focused on this battle for Red Arrow and BK. Red Arrow goes into P2. BK may have made a mistake that I was missed, unfortunately, but I did highlight it on the stream. I was watching. I had him. Red Arrow P2, BK P3, Red Bull P4, or Sean Boy P4 rather. You have Red Mask in P5. So these two, or these four, are going to create a big DRS train, it looks like, for Sod to literally run right through.
Alpha Tower looks like it's spun.
Gustavo, it looks like. Looks like it's Gustavo, and it is. Sod is still 3 seconds away, but Red Arrow is under immense pressure from BK, and as I say that, BK makes the move, but Red Arrow should have DRS? He does not have DRS.
We reached the halfway point, so Sod's kind of checked out. Like almost 4 seconds on BK as
has to take a switchback and evasive action on Red Arrow's big dive there.
Ooh, that was a little hairy. Red Arrow lost both positions. Red Arrow and BK are resuming their, oh my god! Speaking of resuming their tumultuous battles from last season, got a good bird's eye view of that from Red Arrow's helmet TV pod cam. BK held off Red Mask for the time being. Red Mask mounts the curve a little bit. BK also got a little loose. Red Arrow also got loose there. So those three guys got massively loose at the end of Sector 2, beginning of Sector 3. Red Mask is going to have DRS on BK, which is going to leave BK kind of wondering where it's coming from. It might come from two different directions. Red Mask is looking to the inside. He's going to make the move into one. BK plays good defensively, semi-shuts the door on him. Red Mask and Red Arrow both have DRS. They're going to be running up the hill. Red Mask does make the move into 3. He makes it stick, but the switchback, BK is all over the side of this. BK is still holding on to the position for now, and BK has DRS, which is very unfortunate for Red Mask. Red Mask slots back into P3 with Red Arrow P4. They make contact again! Oh my god, both of them. Wow! BK lost out massively there. I don't know if that was intentional. Definitely, I would assume that it wouldn't be intentional. I think more or less BK just trying to correct the car. That allows Red Arrow to breeze on past, and BK actually is going to dive into the pits. So that's going to give P4 to Sean Boy.
Actually.
Oh yeah, it is Sean Boy diving into the pits. I said BK. I don't know why. Sorry, my bad.
I was saying, these guys fighting this is really just giving Sod a chance to run away with this one.
Absolutely.
He's gained almost 4 seconds as this battle has progressed. Why it looks like it probably isn't over for a while, but it's very much.
Yeah, this battle. Yeah, this battle is definitely not over, and if those two, BK and Red Mask, are going to resume their hotly contested battles from last season to this season, this could be very interesting. BK is going to be taking on all challengers from all fronts for defending his AM3 title. He's got Gord for company. Speaking of BK, in the McLaren right behind him, going through the field, we have Swifty 8 seconds back of that. ASAP Logi is actually hanging tight. He's in P7, all over the back of Swifty. Sean Boy pitted and is out in P8. Great Ape in P9, and rounding out the points after the massive spin that he had was Easy 10. Gru 4.5 seconds back of him in P11. Kane has all over the back of Gru as Gord picks up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. So that's our second penalty tonight, as Sod, Gord, and BK and ASAP Logi all go into the pits lap 19. Gustavo and Rillo rounding out the field here, but they're 1 of 14 still alive here. Red Arrow assumes the lead after the Sod pit stop, but that's only going to be through the pit stop sequence, I would assume, unless
we're almost pushing each other out of
the pits. Wow. Red Mask is going to be all over the back of Red Arrow very, very shortly. Swifty is right now up in the P3. Sod is in P4. So the pit stop sequence for him works out like a charm. He gets into space and he's still in great position. Going through BK all over Gord. BK actually did get overtaken by Gord. He's been having all sorts of problems after getting involved with Red Mask there just a couple of laps ago. Sean Boy is right in front of them two as well, as Swifty's into the pits, so Sod reassumes P3. Sean Boy, yeah, Swifty's going to go all the way to the back. He looks like he's going to fall back out of the points. It'll be very interesting to see. I know once the pit stops cycle through that Sod is going to reassume the lead. It's just going to be where Red Arrow and Red Mask are going to fall in line. They have a little bit of a gap to Sean Boy.
I think BK and Sean Boy were both on mediums. The people in that fight were on mediums. But Red Arrow's here on hards. I wonder if he could go a little bit farther and maybe...
Oh, he's pitting.
He's actually pitting now. Never mind. I'm just gonna ignore everything I just said. This Red Mask picks up 3-second time penalties for corner cutting. Or track extensions, we like to call them.
On-track violations.
No, off-track violations.
Okay, white line violations. Insert superlative here. Insert superlative here as we have Kane off.
Second sector.
Start of the third. Start of the third sector there with Kane. A lot of drivers are getting that part of the track wrong tonight. It's very easy to do. Especially with the lower... what's up?
Pepperoni pizza with barbecue? Blows my mind.
Pepperoni pizza with barbecue?
Yeah, it blows my mind.
Okay, I like pizza. I don't know if you...
Random thought of the day.
I got a little bit of a more of a random thought.
I'm enjoying my pizza and barbecue. Okay, leave me alone.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. You know, if I'm assuming you've had Domino's once in your life.
I've had Domino's plenty of times. My Domino pizza, though, isn't a pepperoni pizza.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you get a good home style.
In the pit, and Saad will assume his role as P1.
Yep.
We'll see where he is when Sean Boy and BK come in, as well as Gord right behind him, as BK does that fastest lap.
P5. He's going to go right to P5. Looks like Red Arrow. That undercut's going to work out for him. He's going to go ahead.
Yep. Yes, Red Arrow's going to take a spot in front of
BK and Sean Boy fighting for P2. Gord's right there as well. I didn't mean to go away from Red Arrow and Red Mask, but the Red Bull duo and Gord are fighting like no tomorrow here, and that's for the outstretches of the podium as Gord gets his 3-second time penalty for that little extension there. Wow.
Change your freaking car.
Unbelievable. But no, speaking of hot takes with pizza, and it has to be like a pizzeria.
Pepperoni.
No, it has to. It has to be like a homemade pizza. It can't be like Domino's or anything like that. But I like the garlic sauce that Domino's has.
Oh, love it. No, my go-to Domino's pizza is it's like a garlic parmesan sauce, and it's just a cheese pizza. But it's got the garlic parmesan sauce.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Italian sausage, green peppers.
Italian sausage, yes.
Love it.
Easy 10 getting 3 seconds. Now the penalties are starting to speak clearly. Devstorm.
Penalty bingo?
No, we're not. There's only 4 penalties. There's only 4 penalties.
There's only 14 drivers left.
There's only 4 drivers with penalties. We're fine. We shouldn't be in danger. But again, those 2 Red Bulls, though, jeez. Lucky Rabbit's feet in both of them. And for us as constructors, I'm enjoying seeing that. I like to remain unbiased in the booth as, whoa, Red Arrow and Gord there. Gord goes off, allowing Red Arrow to get into P4. Red Mask also getting by Gord there. Promotes him up to P5. Gord goes all the way from 4th to 6th in a matter of moments. You have Rillo, who just got lapped by Saad, BK, Sean Boy, and the rest of them. So he's going to be down there in P14 Purgatory for the rest of the evening. That actually worked out very well. But Saad, 6.5 seconds ahead. While everybody was fighting behind. Speaking of fighting behind, BK and Sean Boy are all over each other yet again.
It took a whole new season for them to finally start fighting each other, but here we go.
couldn't do it last season because we asked them to, but as soon as we don't ask them to, they start racing each other.
Yeah, what a coincidence, right?
No one wants to be the Red Bull number 2 driver. It's cursed.
Or a Red Bull that's named Deathstorm because apparently I'm cursed. Because I am in the Verstappen car.
Our P11 winner, oh my god, another thing for the stat board. Our P11 winner at the moment,
It's
Tire
Crew.
King Grutzking.
Oh, good grief. Speaking of, well, we got position change there for P3. Red Arrow getting by Sean Boy. He's going to have DRS on BK. And BK is going to be sitting there like the, like Old Yeller waiting to get shot in the woodshed in the back. But he's going to hold off Red Arrow at least for now. Let's see what Red Arrow has toward the end here.
We've gotten through 25, not the P11 winner. We've gotten through 25 laps and we haven't heard of the redheaded stepchild yet, and I'm surprised.
I gotta come up with, I gotta come up with some new content. Yeah.
Yeah, Deathstorm Award. That's what. That's yeah.
Texas, you're behind. You're behind, unfortunately.
Refresh your stream.
Like,
We're
no,
behind by about a minute.
but you're still behind. Red Arrow BK. Red Arrow is actually on the back of BK. Red Arrow's looking to further move into turn 3. Got a little squirrely there. Thought better of it. Stays behind. Red Arrow's going to have DRS coming up the hill and then going back down into turn 4. Let's see if he's going to make the dive bomb on BK. He is not. He's going to stay behind. We have an Alpine spun out at the end of Sector 2 again. That is Kane, it looks like. He looks like he's going to be the next victim of come on down, you're going to get left by Sod. What was that?
Is it interesting?
Well, I mean, Sod is literally at the end, at the start-finish line right now, and Kane is just getting out of turn 1. Actually, he's not even out of turn 1. He does make a mistake again. So blue flags are going to come into play very, very soon for those for him. Red Arrow is still behind BK. BK is just doing enough just to hold him off. They both have decent amount of ERS left, so ERS is not the issue. As Red Arrow goes for it now into turn 3, he's got the position, but he's not going to have DRS. BK is should have it, and he does. Let's see what he does. Does he have anything for Red Arrow?
Ooh.
He's going to make the power move to the outside, but Red Arrow and BK touch a little bit. BK has the better traction out of the corner, but the better tire wins in the end. Red Arrow gets up in the P2. We have a helicopter cam. It's actually a nice view. I'm not going to lie. I'll keep on for
camera. Oh my god, helicopter camera. We love to see it.
But Red Arrow is sitting there in P2 now after that very aggressive but very clean move on BK there. But now BK is going to be the one having the DRS as Kane goes into the pits. I would assume, no, he does not, but Easy 10 spins out. That's the last point up for grabs here.
He's going to run out of turn 1, and he's going to be alongside and past.
Oh, yeah, but Red Arrow is going to have the Leclerc strat now. He's going to have DRS coming up the hill.
That exit, he's going to have to hope it works well.
Let's see what he does.
Coming up down the line.
I think BK has a little more straight line speed than Red Arrow. So this is where, oh, BK almost loses it. Tank slaps out of the corner. Red Arrow is on the outside going in to the end of Sector 2 here. BK gives him the space, but Red Arrow backs out of it. BK also almost left in the space there. Oh my god. Calamity is ensuing. Love to see this. This is very, very competitive right off the offset. We have a yellow in Sector 2. I don't know who it is. I don't want to go away from this battle. This is for P2. Okay, it's just a guy is just coming through.
Yeah.
He's just trying to give up spots, but it is 4 cars deep, so it's kind of a struggle for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Saad is definitely driving like he is the grandpa enjoying a Sunday drive at the moment.
Oh, kiddos, you want to go for a ride? Let's go for a ride.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Get in the car, kiddos. We're going for a drive.
Oh,
Want
man.
some ice cream?
I knew you were going to say that. But Red Arrow now is looking to build, I would assume probably looking to build ERS. They're both, pardon me, they're both very similar as far as ERS is concerned, and Red Mask with another 3-second time penalty, so that's 6 seconds for him.
Math.
As, whoa, what a tank slap, what a tank slapper by Red Arrow there, but he's still there within DRS of BK. Let's see what he's going to do now. Hopefully for BK's sake, he's going to stay behind him because it's now 0.4 of a second. Red Mask does not have DRS on Red Arrow either, so that's going to pull that into play. Yeah, Shane in the EU4 race earlier today not only had 90% plus of ERS, he was keeping up with the leader.
That just means you don't know how to use your ERS properly.
No, he had no, he wasn't using it, and he was
good
keeping it.
ERS management sits at about 60%. Because it means they're using it efficiently enough to keep ERS, but not wasting useful ERS. So somebody with 90% is not using enough ERS even if they're going fast. Where somebody with 30% ERS, when they're going fast, they're using too much ERS. You want to stay in this little 50 to 60% range like these two guys are, where you're using ERS when you need it, but not using too much of it.
Speaking of these two guys, Red Arrow goes inside to turn 1, makes the move. Red Arrow gets 3 seconds.
Penalty.
Oh, that's going to completely unravel his race. He's going to need BK to make a mistake now. Very rare for that to happen.
And Red Mask looking in the mirror, he's 2.5 back.
But he's got 6 seconds in penalties. That's the problem. So it's opening the door for Sean Boy to sneak up into the podium places. Red Arrow's going to need to get a move on now at this point if he wants to hold BK behind. He's got the tires to do it, I would assume, at this point in time. Let's see what he decides to do. Looks like he's going to start... No, he's not draining the battery at all. He's keeping it at 51%. That's very, very solid. BK is still at 60, like in the 64, 65 range. Red Arrow is starting to close the gap on Sod a little bit. He closed it by a half a second there, as that was definitely a track extension for sure in between 9 and 10. But he's got to do something to try to push for that time gap to drop. Red Mask is 2.5 seconds off of BK, with Sean Boy literally all over the back of that. Good grief. 10% after 2 laps? Good grief.
Cam would say me.
Yeah, Cam. Ugh. I have decent ERS management in this game. I'm good on tires.
BK's gonna fly past Red Arrow. With
Wow.
all the ERS he's got. I think he's gonna start playing the team game and try to hold up Red Arrow so Sean Boy can jump both of them.
Yeah, that might be that might honestly be the strong idea.
Because with 4 laps to go, you can't really let him. He's not going to get away from you if he passes back. But you're looking to hold as much time as possible.
Right, and right now, as it sits, Red Arrow is sitting comfortably, still into the podium places right now. As you said, we have 4 laps to go. The gap is now 5 seconds, so we are now into the realm of safety car will not be applicable from here on in. And as long as drivers finish this lap, they will be considered classified. Ooh, BK shuts the door on Red Arrow. Going into turn 4, Red Arrow is still going to have DRS. going down into the downhill turn 5. A little bit laggy there, but hey, crossplay, EA, welcome to our lives. BK is still holding off for the time being, but Red Arrow is 0.2 of a second behind. Red Mask is holding off Shamboy for P5, but effectively he's going to end up losing it regardless on penalties. Great Ape still sitting there in P6, Gordon P7, Swifty hanging around in P8. ASAP Loggy, who didn't have a good start to the race, is up there in P9, so he's looking to steal a couple of points. Easy 10. For Easy 10, it's a case of what should have been, because he was comfortably in the top 4.
Is Brew! Woo!
Oh, jeez.
Well, it was Red Arrow getting the same slipstream back that BK had a few laps ago.
And Red Arrow, wow, that was a dead heat. That was a dead heat. Who has the DRS? I don't know. It was, I hate to say this, no, yeah, barely. Had to have been barely, but he didn't use it. He did not use DRS on that lap, so Red Arrow is going to hold off for the time being. BK has the lag button underneath his desk. The lag whopper button. But Red Arrow is holding off a charging BK, which with all his might, that's absolutely amazing from him. Going through the field. Again, great drives by Great Ape. I mean, he got spun out early on, but Great Ape fought his way back up there. He's up in the P6 right now, and he looks like he's going to hold on to it. So, great recovery from him. Gordon reserve. Also a good drive from him. Swifty reserving into the points. He's been Mr. Consistency as far as fringe points are concerned, even going back to last season. So, that is good from them. ASAP Loggy on debut, official debut into the points, Easy 10, same thing. But going back up to, going past the battle for P2, we have on debut himself, Mr. Saad in the Williams, with a almost 6-second lead now. Actually, it is a 6-second lead. Going into the final lap here. And we're going to stay on board with the Williams driver of Saad as he completes his final circuit, starts his final circuit rather, around the Red Bull Ring here tonight to claim his first win here in Contest of Speed, and it being on debut. What a drive. He has no ERS left either. He's just coasting through. He doesn't need to do anything. He's 5 seconds ahead at this point, so he just needs to keep it on the island, don't get any penalties, and don't spin the car out. Turn 5 for the final time, going down the hill now toward the end of Sector 2. The little infield double left-hander. A very, very dominant drive about to be completed from Saad, who basically almost led from lights to flag, with the exception of the pit stop sequence. Coming around turns 9 and 10 now, and he will win. Saad, on debut, will win the round 1 here at Austria. BK is going to come around the final corner. He's going to finish P2. Red Arrow is going to finish P3. Red Mask P4, he's got the penalty, so it's going to promote Shamboy in the P4, Red Mask in the P5. Great Ape completing a great comeback drive in the P5 now for Great Ape. Even better. Red Mask is in P6, Gordon P7. Swifty's coming around the final corner now himself. He's going to complete a P8 drive, getting 4 points for AlphaTauri. ASAP Loggy, P9, Easy 10 getting 1 point for Williams. Oh no, Gru flips him on the final corner, gets some penalties.
Gru's avoided the Death Storm in position.
Gru gets the final point. Easy 10 in 11th. Gustavo 12th. Rillo 13th. Casey Kane. Yeah, Casey Kane in 14th. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man!
So, how do we do this? Because you have Sod and Red Arrow in the top 3. But I have Sod and BK in higher positions but incorrect, while you just have a Red Mask position.
I think
because my race finisher is higher, my second place driver is higher, but your third place driver is in the right spot.
My third place driver is not in the right spot. My third place driver won.
Oh. You had Red Arrow second, didn't you?
I did.
So I take it because I had Sod second, BK first, JC third.
We need to take pictures.
Yeah, I can grab it.
But yeah, that is gonna be our race here in Austria. We have Sod on debut winning in the Williams, taking max points there. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm just going through and doing a little bit of a favor here. So we have Sod winning. We have BK P2, Red Arrow P3, Shonboy P4, Grade A P5, Red Mask P6, Gord P7, Swifty P8, ASAP Loggy P9, Gru rounding out the points paying positions in P10, Easy 10 in 11th, Gustavo 12th, Rillo 13th, Kane 14th. We lost Black Hammer, JC, Electric Entree, with Jay and Denny earlier on in the race. So, Mr. Warren, your thoughts?
Oh, I'm ready for AM3, shall I tell you that. If we're gonna keep having battles and races like that, besides the lead driver getting away from such a big gap, which is unfortunate with just hard racing between the rest of the group, I'm in for it. I'm ready. We got a whole bunch of races on the calendar. We got 15 more races on the calendar. Let's see it.
Yeah. Normally, especially on PlayStation, I wish I could get interviews, but it's going to be very difficult for interviews this season, unfortunately. But with that being said, I got really nothing else. That was just one heck of a drive by the Williams on debut. Again, BK and Red Arrow as well onto the podium. It's going to be a very hotly contested championship, both in drivers and in constructors. But as for that, I have nothing else, and I would assume you don't either, correct?
Nope.
Oh, okay. We will be continuing with more Contest of Speed action tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. over in the UK with EU3, and then 9 p.m. same time as AM3 tomorrow. Yours truly will be running in AM2. That's tomorrow's action. That's tomorrow's action. We still also have EU2, AM1, and EU1 later on during the week. So with that being said, until next week, this is AM3 and this is Deathstorm for E. Warren. We will see you next week at Jeddah.